Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Folake Agumbiade, aka the Customer Seductress, and I'm super excited to be back again this week. Forgive my voice. I need to start from there. For those of you that have been on this channel for a while, and those of you that know me personally, you will know that the month of August is my boot camp month. Yes, I give it my time, my expertise, my skills. I give it away in the month of August, raising the next generation of leaders. So back to back, week after week, from the first week to the second week to the third week to the first week of September, I engage in Teens Bootcamp. I'm not going to mention all the names of the bootcamp that I've been in. I'm still in one, and I'm reporting live from the Ignite Bootcamp in the city of Abuja. Today's video is going to blow your mind. So if you are a parent, soon to be parent, or you have a sibling, sister, brother, friend who is a parent, this is a video they have to watch. But before we jump into the video, if it's your first time here, where have you been? Look below, smash the red button. You just subscribe. Beside it, there's a bell sign. Click on the bell sign so that you can get a notification every single time I upload a new video. If you're a frequent returner to the channel, wow, you know that I love you. It's not optional. That is why even with a cracked, croaky voice, I would show up, because I am committed to you and every tool you need to live a more productive life. If you missed out on last week's video, run there. How to get your man to love you. It's right there. Make sure you check it out. You're going to love it. It's going to blow your mind. So go there, check it out, and be blessed. So we jump into what we're talking about today. And we're going to be discussing one scary lesson I learned from bootcamps. As a teens coach, a teens mentor, a psychologist, every time I go to boot camps, it is a very rare privilege. It's not something that I take lightly. My family knows, my partner knows, my children know. The beauty about it is I don't just get to go to the teens camps. I go with my 4 biological children and many other spiritual mentees, coaches. I go with them. A large part of why I started working with teenagers evolved from a few years back. For some of you, you don't know this story, but for some of you, you do. You do know the story. A few years back, I discovered that my children were growing up. And whether you are a psychologist or not, parenting is not defined by the amount of knowledge you have if you cannot apply the knowledge. And I discovered that I was becoming an absent parent, and I decided to change ministries. I used to be a music minister. I love music. I still love music. I still do music. But you can't do music without not investing quality time in it. And I decided, when an opportunity came up, to jump on the teens ministry. That was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. It has improved the quality of my life. It has improved the quality of my parenting. It has given me a legacy outcome. I'm trying not to get emotional, because when I see these children, some of them have been working with them for 4 years, and I see how amazing they are right now, I feel as if I'm contributing to the world, the greater good of the world in the long run. Now, what I'm talking about today is something that all of us are probably struggling with. If you're a parent, you're a caregiver, you're a caregiver, you're a sponsor to any child, you're probably struggling with it. And it's a question we ask ourselves every single day. Am I a bad parent? How am I handling parenting? It's very easy to feel like our parenting skills are below par in a moment. But honestly, we all struggle with it. So what's that secret I learned in Teens Camp? Move close. There are no bad children. There's only bad parenting. Yes, I'll say that again. There are no bad children. There is only bad parenting. One secret. Every other thing that I've learned has been tied to these facts. I've worked in these camps for years now, 4 years running and more. And I've come to discover that all or most of the children who are troubled with various vices, challenges, have a root cause in the type of parenting they received. Now, understand me, that even with good parenting, quality parenting, balanced parenting, it is still possible for your child to struggle. But the odds are higher for a child to lose their identity, lose a lot of time, and lose productivity when there is bad parenting. A child is born in a blank slate. In psychology, that is called Tabula Rasa. Nothing is imprinted into a child. We do the imprinting. Nature, nurture does the imprinting. How you treat them, environmental factors, what they are exposed to, who they hang around, the traumas that they engage are a large part of whether or not they grow up to be resilient and productive individuals. So I ask you, as a parent, do you sometimes feel inadequate? You really don't know whether you're doing the right things or you're handling situations better. We worry about the long-term effects of our choices on our children and how negative interactions that we have with our children or we expose our children to would either make them or mar them. We sometimes stress over whether we are too harsh on them. I do that a lot because I'm a Santa Claus, so my choleric side sometimes get the better of me when trying to raise, resilient children. And you stress over whether you're being too harsh, whether when you yelled at them earlier, it was appropriate or it wasn't appropriate. You have a lot of things on your mind when parenting. Or when you lose your cool, you ask yourself whether that is even right at all. We all have that moment where we have less than stellar parenting experiences. But that doesn't necessarily make you a bad parent. So what is bad parenting? What would we categorize as bad parenting? Yeah, I know you're holding your breath. Don't worry, you're not doing badly. There are some things that are generally considered by everyone as bad parenting. Physical abuse, neglect, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, across board. All those, if you allow your child to experience it, what you're doing is bad parenting, whether inadvertently, deliberately, or unintentionally. If your children are experiencing neglect, physical neglect, because you're trying to make more money, they're experiencing emotional abuse because you're going through a lot and you're taking that out on them. They're experiencing sexual abuse because you're not protecting the environment and the space that they're in to make sure that they are not violated. Those are basic platforms to show that you're practicing bad parenting. But beyond abuse and neglect, there are also things that parents may do or say either intentionally or unintentionally, that have adverse effects on your child. Recognizing whether you're doing those things can help you feel better about your parenting. I'm going to give us a few signs on bad parenting. Number one, over or under involvement in your ward's life, in your child's life. On one hand, having an over-involved parent can be overwhelming for a child. You want to help them do everything. You want to protect them from mistakes. You want to be there. You want to respond to their every need. How are they going to build resilience? But on the flip side, when you now become uninvolved, there is a problem. When you fail to respond to your child's needs, you fail to provide basic shelter, food, clothing, you are damaging your child. You are what? Damaging your child. You have to find a careful balance between over and under involvement. Sometimes you're going to let them build skills in life like resilience. Let them come to boot camps. Let them leave home. For those of them that have not gone to, but I don't believe in the boarding system. Some people do. But if you have kids at home that don't go to boarding school, when it's boot camp season, send them to a credible boot camp. If you need information about that, let me hook you up. Send them to boot camps where they can be mentored, coached, and held by other people accountable. I get it that you're scared, you're afraid, but the truth is keeping them at home is not going to help matters as well. So you need to find a delicate balance of under involvement and over involvement. Number two, little or no discipline. Bad parents, you don't discipline your children. You leave them to fend for themselves. They do what they like. It will result in injuries, both emotionally, physically, and mentally. And some of those things cost a lot of money to fix in therapy, because now you're trying to do behavior modification. That is if you even have opportunity to provide your child with therapy. So find a balance of discipline. You must be able to discipline your child. And discipline is not caning. It's not so many things that we call discipline. I'll get to that in a minute. Don't let me jump ahead of myself. Strict or rigid discipline, another extreme. Unlike parents who have little or no discipline, these parents who practice strict or rigid discipline, aka authoritarian parents, because I said so, you do it. If you don't do it, I'm going to beat you black and blue, to a point of physical and emotional abuse. It will lead to your child being fearful, anxious, and rebellious. Number three, withdrawing affection and attention. Mothers do this a lot. Emotional blackmail. Ignoring your child or not telling them that you love them is not a consequence. It is not something that should be used in the disciplinary process. You can't be withdrawing affection from your child. You have to love on your child, regardless of whether they do wrong or not. My children know me. When I enter my strict mommy mode, they know I'll give it to you hot. But you don't go to bed without me not hugging you regardless. I'll tell you, right now I don't like you, but as your mom, I would always love you. I will die for you. If there's anything that needs to be fixed in your life, I will fix it. And I will stand with you until you become everything you need to be. So you need to learn that balance of not keeping malice with your children. You don't want to talk to them. You don't want to engage them. You can give them consequences, but never withhold affection or attention from them. The last one that shows that you are practicing bad parenting is shaming. Yes, whether body shaming, verbal shaming, any kind of shaming, whether in public or private. You are not smart. The reason why you're not smart is because you eat too much. That's why you're so big. You're so fat. How can you say that to your own child? I had to deal with one of my clients who paid for therapy for her son and kept saying, my son is a weakling. I said, ma, apologies, but I need to say this. Your son is not a weakling. You are a weakling. And it kind of shook her out of her mindset. You must be able to understand that shaming your child is not the best way to parent them. Continued shaming can develop into issues with perfection and fear of failure. Wanting to always be perfect just because your parents can't accept you with your flaws and your edges, even while you are in the process of evolving. Never let your child be shamed. It could lead to depression and it could lead to anxiety. The next thing I'll be telling us is, how do you stop bad parenting? How do you overcome your penchants for bad parenting? Because every time you parent badly, you are putting your child at risk. It's not only those factors that I've said earlier that can determine the outcome of your child. Even with positive parenting styles, children can still struggle with behavioral and emotional issues because of traumas that were not planned for. But just like we all know, and I have come to realize, that a single bad day in your parenting does not make you a bad parent, but doing your best to ensure that you stay with your child in the midst of their struggles and help them to the other side is what makes you a good parent. Taking feedback, providing support, providing consequences, being positive around them, speaking affirmations, praying for them, encouraging them, loving on them. So many things you can do. For a lot of us, our own parents were not good role models. You can find yourself wanting to fall into how you were parented. And it's always good that you realize it, that you're acting like your parents, and do something about it. If you've been watching this video thus far and you are yet to like, comment and share this video, you're not doing well. Click on the like button, give us a thumbs up, comment, type a short note, and share this video with your family and friends. And if you are looking at me, you're yet to subscribe. How is that even possible? How can you be enjoying amazing content and you're not subscribing? Yeah, smash the red button. You just subscribe. Also click on the red button, the bell sign, so that you can get a notification. Revamping your parenting style is going to take a lot of patience, honesty with yourself, and hard work. The good news is it's never too late to start. Wherever you are right now, you can start. I had to make that journey, and I'm still making it. And you would find out that as you start, what would happen is that you have better outcomes for your child. So in closing today, here are a few tips to help you in positive parenting. Number one, listen to your child's feelings and thoughts. Always keep an open door policy. Let your child be able to talk to you about anything. You need to build muscle to hear the things you don't want to hear, and do not react. Number two, provide appropriate consequences for actions. Withdraw benefits, not emotions. He likes to watch TV. He likes to be on DSTV. Withdraw paying for DSTV when he behaves a certain way. There are certain things you can take away from your child that will not affect his emotional well-being. He's always late for school. Let the driver stop taking him. Find a guarded way in which he can get to school without being chaperoned, especially if it's an older teen. Withdraw some things. Label the behavior, number three, and not your child. Don't label your child. Don't call your child child. Don't use bad labels. Label the behavior, not your child. You have been very annoying right now, and I do not like it. You are labeling the behavior. Don't give your child bad names because of certain behaviors that they exhibit. Number 4, don't withhold attention or affection. I've said that earlier. Number 5, let them make mistakes. Life is messy. And it is impossible for your child not to make mistakes. Allow your child to explore. And like I always say, exploration is with boundaries. You have to set boundaries. It's a delicate balance. You can't be too free and you can't be too loose. You have to set boundaries for them to be able to be guided towards making mistakes in life, because it's almost impossible. Your child is not El Shaddai. So your child is going to do some stuff that you're not going to be happy about. But don't shame them or criticize them. When they make a mistake, turn it into a learning outcome. Get them to understand what they did wrong and what they can do better next time. Being a parent can be very challenging. It's a huge responsibility that requires patience, consistency, love, compassion, and understanding. We all have days where we worry about how good we are as a parent, or our parenting choices in a whole. But we love our kids so much. I love mine. 4 amazing kids. I love them to death. It's only natural that we want the best for them. Remember that you are learning as you go. And every day is an opportunity to start afresh. With the right tools and patience with your children, we can choose the kind of parent we want to be. My name is Folake Agobiade. Once again, the Customer Seductress. And if you're yet to get my new book, The Art of Small Talk, if you have teenagers who are struggling with being able to be social because you have trapped them, you are blocked everywhere where they can get social connections, they're antisocial, they need that book. A lot of teenagers in camp bought that book. Make sure you get it. Till I come into your faces sometime soon, is your girl, the Customer Seductress. I'm out. Subscribe.